Welcome to Tech Tuesday. My name is Abbie Richie. I am the CEO and founder of Senior Savvy, which helps older adults with their technology. And you can find me right here every Tuesday talking with people who are engaged in the age tech innovation space. It's an exciting place to be, and there's so much happening. Before I bring my guest on, let's go ahead and run our intro. Welcome back to Tech Tuesday. I'm so excited to bring my guest on today. I have Traci Lamb, and Traci is the CEO and founder of the Worldwide Caregiving Network. Traci, please tell me the Caregiving Worldwide Network. Is that correct?
You got it. That is correct. That is correct.
Excellent. Well, welcome to Tech Tuesday. We've been in communication with each other for a while now, and I'm so excited to talk about all that you've been doing and developing over the past couple of years, as well as do a sort of a deep dive into caregiver technology, because there are millions of Americans that are providing caregiving support, both as a workforce and a family member. And this is just going to exponentially grow over time. So let's dive into it. Tell us a little bit about your introduction, about you and how you got into caregiving and into this world, please.
Sure. So my background is really from hospice. And after working for hospice for about 10 to 13 years, I decided to start my own company. I saw what I felt like was a gap in the healthcare industry, in that any one of the millions taking care of loved ones at home didn't really have products and services that could help them on their caregiving journey. So I started my company back in 2019, and fast forward to, we'll say, 22, I ended up getting my first radio show based out of Palm Beach County, Florida, still on today. It's on every Saturday morning. Then last year, we were lucky enough to actually get on TV, start our first TV show with Caregiving Worldwide, and it ended up doing really well. We were able to, by the end of the 12th episode, get to over 600,000 viewers across 7 countries. So now I have a network. And so now my newest show that I launched last year, which was my baby, which was the real reason why I wanted to do everything, was Safe and Sound. And that was really to showcase products, like you say, products and services that could really help them. So it's been a wonderful thing, and I'm really super excited about it.
Tell us about Safe and Sound and about the type of products that you featured, some of your favorite ones.
Yeah, I love Safe and Sound. It's actually my main reason for doing what I do. It is going to be the one-stop shop for caregivers. You know, there's 10 products currently on, well, no, there's more than that. There's 10 companies, about 21 products currently on there that showcase their products. And they offer all different kinds of products. The beautiful thing about it is that nearly every product on there was created by a caregiver for caregivers, which to me is just an amazing thing. You know, these were caregivers that needed a product. They couldn't find something that worked for them, so they created it. And I think that's amazing. So we've tried to amplify their voices and let people know about some of those products.
Yeah, I do too. I find that so many of us that are in the senior living space and helping older adults in one way or another have gotten into it because it's touched us personally. And I love to hear about entrepreneurs that are creating products based on an unmet need in the marketplace, because that really drives passion and integration. With Safe and Sound, is it a TV show, a podcast, or a website? Tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure. It is a TV show and a website. The TV show is on RHS TV. That's the streaming channel. It can be seen on Roku, Hulu, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, Google TV. You can also download the free app, or you can go to rhstv.com, and all of the Safe and Sound episodes are there. Or you can go to the website safeandsound.media, and all of the products are on there as well.
So let's talk about some of the tech that's been developed in the past couple of years, either by caregivers and or for caregivers.
Yeah. Absolutely. Some of the tech that has been come out has really been amazing. I mean, I know you see it every week. And there's been a lot of them that's been really come out that have been really, really cool. Caregiver Smart Solutions, Ryan Hurd, CEO, fantastic product. That is a product that you can basically have small little cameras that are the size of a quarter, which is great because it makes people forget that they're there.
Mm-hmm.
And the caregiver can actually see the person at home. They can actually watch them. So if they fall, you get more peace of mind. It's a fantastic product. It's a whole kit that comes together. So you can really get to, like I say, it's a huge peace of mind. I have it for my mom because my mom lives with me. And so when I go out of town, I can actually constantly look and make sure, she's taking her medication. It can be a medication reminder. You can do all kinds of things with it. It's a fantastic product. One of the other ones is CareLink 360. CareLink 360 actually used to be a product called Sociavi. They just recently changed their name. But this is a product specifically for the Alzheimer's dementia space. It is a standalone product, and I love it. First of all, I was telling my mom about it. There's no username and password. So you can just plug it in. My mother loves that there's no username and password. Yeah, you can just plug it in, and it has over 400 games from really easy to more difficult that are cognitive games. And the beautiful thing, again, for the caregiver, it also has a matching caregiver app that people can go ahead and they can see, okay, like if my mom were to take one of the puzzles and put it together this week, and she puts it together a couple of times this week, and then she waits a couple of weeks and then she puts it together again. And let's say this week, it only takes her 10 minutes, but then 2 weeks from now, it takes her 45 minutes. It's going to tell me that. And so I'm going to actually know, okay, her cognitive is getting a little bit worse. And so it's going to let me know that, and I can tell the doctor, and I can do all kinds of really cool stuff. So it gives you all kind of really cool data as the caregiver. So you're going to be able to know how your person is progressing.
Love it. I love it. What other products are on there that are helping caregivers?
And these particular tech products are not on Safe and Sound. Some of the products that are on Safe and Sound, I can tell you, they're all phenomenal. One of them is Traci brands. That's a pillow. When you go into the nursing home, sometimes you see people's necks over off to the side, and that can be kind of difficult. And so a lot of times that is not good for the person, for their neck or anything else. And so Jana Shokrian created, that was happening with her dad, and she created a pillow that actually has like a square around it. So it supports the neck. So that's really cool.
What was that called again?
It's called Traci, Tausi, Traci brands. One of the other apps that is really cool as far as tech goes is Team CarePal. CarePal is a fantastic app that works with the caregivers. They are working on in the background. They're actually working on burnout for caregivers, which is really interesting. They're caregivers, and I know I'm a full-time caregiver for my mother. You can get really burnt out at sometimes, when you're trying to do a full-time job and also, take care of your person. It can be really, really difficult. So they're doing a lot of research and data collecting for all of that, but they also have got a fantastic app that they can actually have you do a lot of different things. And they're constantly asking the patient, like, how they're feeling and what's their moods, and they get all kinds of information. So I would definitely suggest that as well if you're looking for tech as well. All of those are really good. And then one more I'll tell you off of Safe and Sound would be the AFO Assist. The AFO Assist, and this is just one of those things that My dad, when he was dying, before even he got to dying, he was, for a long time, my mom had to help him with his shoes. And, that can be really, really difficult. And so this was a product, again, Diane created this, and she did the same thing. So she just decided, I'm going to create something that, she's an occupational therapist, and she saw this a lot in some of her patients. And so she decided to create something that it helps you to put on your own shoes. And so it's called the AFO Assist. And it is a really, really great product. Like I say, I would have killed to have had any of these products when I was taking care of my dad and my mom. I use a lot of them now on my mom, just because my mom's 83 and I take care of her. So all of these are wonderful.
I see so many lookalike solutions like this in the media, in the market today. Like I remember seeing an ad with Martha Stewart and Skechers just being able to slide into the shoe without having to, bend down and put them on. And the more our population ages, which is imminent, the more these type of products are going to become available. And I want to ask you, what do you think is missing in the ecosystem?
Honestly, for me, and that's one reason, again, why I go back to safe and sound, I just really think half the time caregivers don't even know what to look for, and that's the truth. They really don't have a clue what to look for. And so one of my goals by the end of this year is I really want to have my website AI driven on the back end. And I want to make it to where people can go in and just say, my mom has Parkinson's or Alzheimer's or dementia, and all the different things that could help them with all those different kinds of things can be able to be just pop up, because they don't really know what to look for. And I think that's a really huge gap. And that's one of the reasons why, for me, safe and sound becoming just the stopping place for them. So they can just have one place to go and this is it. And they can find all that they need.
Very good. Last week I had Lori LeBay on, and we looked through her website and the resources available for caregivers there and or patients, and it was really helpful. So I think more like this is just so necessary in the marketplace as our population ages. And so, in regards to technology, is there anything else that you feel like is missing? For instance, I experienced this firsthand with trying to put in sensors in clients' homes, ones that were not camera based, ones that were sound based, and or they're tracking patterns with AI. And so I'm always on the lookout for innovative things like that, for ways to put on compression socks on your own,
Yes.
all of these products, right? And so
Oh,
if
yeah.
someone is watching right now and you happen to know of more solutions like this, please go ahead and DM me or put it in the chat right now, because I'm always on the lookout for more solutions like this. How about for you, Traci? What else are you on the lookout for?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think there's always there. Like I say, I think these people that have created these caregivers, even from Safe and Sound, that have created these products, I think they're so brilliant. Like you say, any of these products that have been created, they're brilliant. Much more creative than I could ever be. And I think because of it, they not only found a problem, but they decided to be proactive and find a solution to fix it. Not only for their person, but any other people that were obviously having the same type of problem. And I think that's brilliant, and it's so needed. And there are so many problems. And I think, I tell people all the time, after working for hospice for 10 years, I could talk the caregiving talk, but until I actually got in it, I hadn't really walked the caregiving walk. And now that I've done that, now I understand even more all the different problems that you have once you get in here. Miracle Mobility is another product that is really fascinating as far as tech goes. There's lots of walkers, the kind of walkers that you push and you sit down and relax and you get up and you push. Miracle Mobility has come up with a walker that is tech driven. You actually can push it yourself, of course, or you can sit down and it actually it's got batteries, and the person themselves can actually push a little gear and go forward, or somebody behind them can push a little gear and it actually pushes them. And all of those little tiny things you
Yeah.
don't think about, but it is a big difference.
100%. Earlier this month, I was at CES and I looked at a ton of products, and I happened to be a member of the AARPH Tech Collaborative and was checking everything out. And I'm always just blown away by the innovation in that space. Last year, when I was there, I learned all about Camino, which is an AI assisted smart walker. And so
Yeah.
it sounds kind of similar to Miracle Mobility, and I'll definitely check that out. And yes, there are flying cars and folding TVs and all that stuff. But what really matters to me is the products that are going to impact the people that need them the most and that we
Absolutely.
hear about, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I completely agree with you. And I think there are so many different types of products, like I say, that can really, really help. Reju is another app that was created, REJU. That was actually created for Gen Zers. And, a lot of Gen Zers are having issues. They're having to take care of people, so this is not just an issue, for people, my age or older. There's a lot of people that are caregivers at a lot of different ages, and my cousin has a special needs child, and she's been a caregiver since her child was born, and he's now 35 years old. So there's a lot of people. There are caregivers of all ages. When I worked at hospice, we saw that. So everybody needs stuff.
So tell us about Reju. It helps with mental health. Is that right?
Yeah. Review is really cool. It helps with mental health. It actually, you can connect with different counselors. And the really cool part of that is that, a lot of times people, unfortunately, with mental health, there is still a little bit of a stigma, which is very unfortunate. And we need to do something about that. There's so much in healthcare that needs to be addressed. But there is at times stigma with mental health, or with people wanting to go and get counseling. I've gotten counseling many times, and people need to understand this is not a problem. This is not something to be ashamed of if you need to get help or you need to get a counselor. But the beautiful thing about Reju is that you can get a counselor, in the privacy of your own home, or through the privacy of an app or something like that. And so nobody needs to know about it. But it's going to help you, and that's the goal. Caregivers can sometimes get overwhelmed. They can get burnout, and they're going to need help too. So does the patient, but so does the caregiver.
Yeah, and the thing I love about doing it through an app is that it's one less appointment. Like you
Yeah.
have to go, right?
Yep.
So you can schedule it online. You can do it at your own home. You don't have to go there. It's just one less thing for the caregiver to have to coordinate on a mobile level. So I do really like that. And Traci, so tell us, what else do you have going on for 2024? What else can we expect from you, or you are looking forward to?
Oh, it's going to be an exciting year. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. My goal, honestly, and I tell everybody this, when I started my company in 2019, and even as I've said through every interview I've ever done, my goal is to just keep bringing a highlight to really safe and sound. Safe and sound is the core of what I want to do, because I just think that is so pivotal and it's so key. Everything else is to amplify safe and sound. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. So yes, I have a whole lot going on. We have been very blessed. We have 2 celebrities now that have agreed to actually bring 2 new TV shows to the network this year. So that's going to be being announced here over the next couple of weeks. And so we are super excited about that. We are going to be doing several different types of shows this year, which is really exciting. All of them, for the most part, are going to be geared specifically for the caregivers. We are going to be doing one kind of B2B, but everything I really want to keep it for the caregivers. There's so much lack of education, you know? And
Right.
so I want to keep doing that.
Yeah, because as a caregiver, you typically fall into it. Sometimes you choose it, but more often than not, you fall into it. And so having more education, more knowledge, more resources available is an advantage for sure.
Yep. Absolutely. And that's one reason too why, I've just and I just recently announced it on LinkedIn, I've just done a partnership with Talk Shop Live. That's a celebrity social selling platform that we are going to have a Safe and Sound channel, and we're going to be able to get all of those products from Safe and Sound actually on that celebrity social selling platform. So it's just, I really think that if we can just keep doing things like that, and some other strategic partnerships, it's really going to make it to where we're going to really start to make a difference in the caregiving space.
I noticed that on your LinkedIn profile that you had posted something about leveraging media for brand awareness. Is that what it has to do with?
Yeah, absolutely. We are, I'm going to the Healthcare Amplified Summit actually this week. That's actually Thursday. It's right before PodFest. And yeah, I was asked to actually give a talk about, being able to monetize things, but also being able to leverage media and being able to really work with media. I'm actually working with several different media corporations now about being able to get the word out even more, because that's the whole key, is we just want to get the word out more.
Right. It doesn't do anyone any good if they don't know about you. Right.
Absolutely.
Or
Absolutely.
your solution. Yeah, I'm pretty passionate about that topic too. So, all right. Well, Traci, it has been wonderful to have you on Tech Tuesday. How can people get in contact with you?
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it, Abbie. Yeah, my LinkedIn profile, obviously, they can get me on my LinkedIn profile. My email address is on there. It's traci@caregivingworldwide.com. And my website is www.caregivingworldwide.com. So any of those will reach me.
Oh, I so appreciate that. And for those who are chatting it up and participating with your comments, I thank you for that. And if anyone wants to go back and watch this, we always push it out later on YouTube, Facebook, and of course on LinkedIn, as well as on the Foresight website. And again, thank you for being here, and we will see you back here next week.